Greetings, beloved. I'm Pastor Felicia LeBoy, lead pastor and life coach at the historic First United Methodist Church in downtown Elgin, Illinois, with another motivational moment from the Bible. These motivational moments are designed to help you take what you hear in church on Sunday, what you may read in your private study time, what you may even learn in Sunday school, how to take those biblical principles and to make them a part of your everyday life. This week, I want to focus on the idea, I am because we are. I am because we are. Or perhaps you've heard this thought explained by its African name, Ubuntu. Can you say that? Ubuntu. It's a phrase made popular by Bishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa. And the whole point is this. I really don't know who I am fully without knowing who I am in relation to you. Don't believe me? Think it's just for Africans? Let me see if I can explain a little further. Most of the time when someone says, tell us more about yourself, tell us who you are, many of us say, I'm a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a friend. I'm a parent, I'm a spouse, I work in this kind of organization, I do these kinds of things. Do you see how all that works? In every place, in most of the ways that we describe ourselves in the context of community. I am a mother because it's about the relationship that I have with my children. I am a spouse because it's about the relationship that my husband Adrian and I have together. I am a pastor because it's about the relationship that me and myself and my church have together, right? And whereas Bishop Tutu made this an important concept, basically what he was trying to say back then was to all South Africans, regardless of their race or their affiliation, that all of them needed to understand that they were South Africans together. Now, beloved, you and I know that this pandemic has leveled the playing field, has it not? It has taught us all that we really are the world, and the world is a lot smaller than we thought, and that we have to be concerned about what happens to one another. It has really taught us that the biblical concept, I am and you are our brother's keeper. But even more than that, Paul in the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, makes this point clear when he explains how we as Easter people, those who live on the other side of the resurrection of Christ, how we are supposed to be a body together. What are you talking about, Pastor Felicia? See, beloved, when you and I come to church, when we are called to a specific church and we go to a specific church, we don't come there like a bunch of people going to a store, right? That we're all in the same place and we are all there getting the same information and we're consuming things individually. God's intention, as Paul explains in Romans 12, is that we are to be one body. So when we show up on Sunday or when we show up in our group, we have a specific function to fulfill that is based on everyone else being there and on the gifts that are needed by everybody else. Let me see if I can explain a little bit better. At our church, I am the mouth. Can you tell that? I'm the mouth? I'm the mouth. Actually, the gifts that I occupy are pastor-teacher gifts because those are the gifts that God has given for the body. Now, we've got all kinds of folks at our church that do all kinds of wonderful things. Some folks in our church are the toes. The big toe, the big toe in your body stabilizes things. There are people in our church that always give words of wisdom to help keep us firmly grounded. There are folks who are the hands, the feet, who are the heartbeat of our churches. Ask anybody in our church who are the few people who consistently care for everyone, and people can call those names off immediately. Romans 12 tells us, too, that it's not only the fact that we've been brought to this body to be a collective, But that whatever it is that God has given us to do in the body, we should do it with all our strength. We should do it to the very best of our abilities. We should hone our gifts and make them as good as we can be because we want to strengthen our body. Think about this. Many of us desire to eat right, or we work on our muscle strength because we want to be healthy. We want our whole body to be healthy. What happens in the natural body happens in the spiritual body. So Paul talks about this whole thing about, if you have a gift of prophecy, then prophesy to the best of your ability. If you're a teacher, teach to the best of your ability. My father in the ministry, my mentor, would say it this way: second-class preachers make third-class members. He said that by way of saying that I, as the pastor and teacher in this fellowship, should be the very best pastor and teacher that I can be. And all of it has to do with how we submit our lives to Christ, how we present ourselves to Christ as a living sacrifice. A living sacrifice. It means that we take our whole life, we put it before God, and we say, who is it that you say that we are? Who do you say I am, and who are the people that you called me to? You get it? I am. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a friend. I am a wife. I am a grandmother. I am a pastor because of who the whole community around me is. Beloved, this week I want to challenge you to ask yourself, what community have you been called to? Who is it that needs to be strengthened because of your presence? Where have you been holding yourself back because you think that you are an island unto yourself? And how can you give more of yourself to someone who needs to be strengthened and encouraged and lifted up? Ask yourself if how you behave at church was a function of how part of your body would behave, then how strong is your church because of what you do? Or the body of folks because of what you do? Do you understand? Basically, what I'm saying is that you and I can only be the very best we can be when we are doing that in relationship to others. I know it's a pandemic, but there still are phones. There's still ways to pray for each other. There's still a lot we can do. Beloved, this is Dr. Felicia LaBoy, lead pastor and life coach at the historic First United Methodist Church in downtown Elgin, Illinois. Ubuntu, I am, and you are who we are because of who us together and collectively are. I'll see you here next week. Be blessed.